some sunny day. While I'm away, I'll be pining every hour's a year while I'm away, far away. Dry those big brown eyes and smile, dear. Vanish all those tears and please don't cry. Kiss me once again and hold me. Mexicali rose goodbye.
All right, so we're going to be talking about economically useful flowers of Hollywood. And what we have right here is a yucca plant, which is in bloom right now. And some of its contemporaries here are already bloomed and fruited out. So this one's a late bloomer. So this plant, the Cabrillo expedition mentions people using this as food. The heart of the plant, like people could chop off these leaves, which are extremely fibrous, and so the leaves could be pounded and twisted into cordage. And there are examples in dried cave sites of shoes made out of this stuff that are thousands of years old. The heart of it, when the leaves are chopped off, can be like slow roasted, and it turns sweet, kind of like an agave pineapple. So this is in the same family as the agaves. So people, could use this guy to make food, but you have to roast it like crazy to get the sap in and out. So it's a lot like soap root in that regard.
You want to try it, Kevin? You want to try it again?
I do want to try it at some point, but I think I need a machete.
What is that again?
Wild sunflower.
Oh.
Like the ones with the big heads are the domesticated variety, and the really, and that you get the big seeds out of. And these grow wild in the Great Plains, and were domesticated in the Illinois Valley, the one in Illinois, not the one in Oregon, and by like 4,000, 5,000 years ago, and by the Hopewell people, as they're known archaeologically, and they domesticated this guy and a type of quinoa called Chenopodium berlandieri, maygrass, sumpweed. They even domesticated a type of ragweed, so they had a agricultural complex that's really different from what we sort of grow today. But sunflower was one of the things that we still actually eat. The nopal, or the prickly pear cactus, is another domesticated plant from Mexico, and you can burn off the spines on the paddles and slice those suckers up, blanched. It makes a very good salad. The fruits, when they've ripened completely, are delicious, when they're like purple and sweet, a little spiny. And when they're really, really ripe, my brother and I used to like to huck them at each other as kids, because that was our idea of a good time. There's a little flat aphid that lives on the paddles of these cacti, and indigenous people in the Valley of Mexico still grow these in sort of cages to keep them flat, and then they allow these aphids to grow all over the paddles and scrape them off, and when you cut them open, they are bright red fuchsia on the inside, and it's called cochineal, and it's a red dye. And it's one of the things that when the Spanish invaded Mexico, they were pretty excited about, discovering a source of red dye, because it was very expensive. It was the color of royalty in Europe, and that was a sort of a side win for them. But so it has sort of three sort of uses, right? It's you know, it's salad, it's fruit, and it's a source of dye. This stuff is wild mustard, and wild radish and wild mustard are also European introductions. They're agricultural weeds, but sort of different from most weeds in that, you know, the wild radish is, you know, a wild type of the domesticated radish that you normally eat. So it's just, you know, gone feral. Same thing with this kinds of wild mustard is the wild type plant for all of the brassicas, right? So things like cabbages and broccoli and mustard itself are all variants of this wild type of plant. So when those things go feral, they get everywhere. So we have a fennel plant here, and it's an umbelliferous plant, so it's in the family with carrots and whatnot, and it's got so this has, you know, edible seeds, edible pollen, an edible bulb if you have the right variety, but these are non-native from Europe. And like we've been seeing wild mustard and the wild radish are both European introductions. They were sort of agricultural plants that have gotten loose.
Are we having fun with ethnobotany yet?
Sexy Calorose, stop crying.